Hello there everybody, this is Night Yoshi here, and today, let's play Darkwing Duck on the NES. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the winged scourge that pecks at your nightmares. I am Darkwing Duck. And yeah, that was a terrible impersonation, but hey, I wasn't trying that hard, okay? But anyways, yes, this is Darkwing Duck on the NES, a very fantastic and underappreciated NES game, if you ask me personally. You know, people always talk about Mega Man, they always talk about, speaking of which, I'll be talking about Mega Man again in a minute. People always talk about Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 2 and Super Mario Brothers 3 and Legend of Zelda and DuckTales and all these other NES games, but nobody really talks about Darkwing Duck, and I find that to be really a shame because this is a very, very fantastic NES game. Plays a lot like Mega Man, but it has a few variations for Mega Man that makes it actually stick out quite a bit in my opinion. But anyways, that was Jake Ander just telling us what's going on, and we have a choice of 3 stages, and we're going to start off with Quackerjack stage. Although they did misspell his name, it's usually Quackerjack as in, you know, no space between Quacker and Jack, but there they put a space there, and I don't know why. Anyways, I am Darkwing Duck. So you can probably tell already the gameplay looks a lot like Mega Man, you know, just going around shooting things. Hey, an extra life already. I'm going to need it because I hate to give spoilers, but I'm going to die quite a bit in this game. Yeah, a lot of people say this game's really hard, and I don't disagree. It's not an easy game by any means, but I also want to show that, you know, even if you're not that great at Mega Man or games like this, you can still get through this game and still have a lot of fun. You know, it's not as hard as everybody says makes it out to be, but certainly does have some challenging parts in it. So your main attack is going to be the gas gun, which I'm using right now. There's also special variations of gas, like the thunder gas I showed off earlier. And you can also jump and grab onto objects, which is different from Mega Man. And I'm having trouble grabbing on that for some reason, but there we go. And there's a gas canister, which gives me more special gas, which is fantastic. Gotta love that. Also gotta love the music in this game. The music in this game is pretty fantastic. There's also one other innovation that makes this very unique from Mega Man, but yes, I just died in the first level. But anyways, I'll show that off in a little bit. So naturally I cut it ahead, because I don't want to waste your guys' time. And these enemies right here, they pretty much just zoom forward and that's it. Yeah, this game is very fantastic, you know. Darkwing Duck was always a great Disney show in my opinion, you know. Also, the spikes don't kill you instantly like in Mega Man. Thank goodness for that, because there are plenty of spikes in here. But anyways, as I mentioned before, there is one other innovation from Mega Man, and this is it. You can hold up to block enemy projectiles. That in itself is freaking awesome. I love that. It's so cool when you're like right next to these Sniper Joe type duck enemies from Mega Man and you just block their attack. Oh, it just feels so satisfying. Just like when you slide under attack in Mega Man, you know, oh, it just feels so good. It makes you feel so cool. Hey, another one up. That's awesome. Yeah, I got really lucky with this run, and I ended up getting a lot of 1-ups. I didn't have a whole lot of 1-ups when I finished, mind you, but I did find a whole bunch, thankfully. So, yeah. And, yeah, these enemies can be a little annoying at times. By the way, I don't have the manual, so I don't know what any of the enemies are called. But, these Sniper Joe ducks, I'm just gonna call them, they can be a little difficult to take care of. When you're in a situation like that where you just can't reach them. I mean, I probably could have, but I didn't want to jump over there and take the risk of getting hit. Now here at this part, I did choose to farm a little bit off these caterpillars, so yeah, in just a second we'll go and speed that up. But real quick, I want to mention that gas can I picked up was a big gas can, as you saw, and it held 10 pieces of special ammo instead of just one like the smaller ones. So, pretty fantastic. And up there, you probably already seen it. You guys have seen it a few times. You probably already figured out what it does, but it's a med pack. So pick that up and you'll get full health. Pretty fantastic. Anyways, we're ready to take on Quackerjack. And this boss is pretty simple. All you want to do is jump down and unleash your special gas. I'm not sure what this one's called. I just call it the drop gas personally, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it's actually called, considering it starts with an H up there. But yeah, I just call it the drop gas. And the reason why I'm using this instead of actually going down there and fighting him is because if you don't, he'll jump up the platforms and then he can hit you, and I don't like that, so I prefer to take him out like that. You also want to avoid Mr. Banana Brain at the top there dropping things, because that'll hurt you and that's no good. A lot of people say this game's hard just for the fact that you only have 4 hits, and I don't disagree. You know, I wish there's a bigger health bar in this game, but at the same time, if you're lucky or if you choose to farm at the right places, you can usually find health packs pretty easily, so I don't think it's that bad. But as I say this, I'm going to die in this level as well, so yeah. If you guys were expecting a deathless run for me, no, it's not going to happen. It's simply not going to happen, you know. If you ask me to beat Darkwing Duck on NES, sure, I can do it. But if you ask me to do a deathless run, no way. I'll never be that good. Like, I can't beat any of the original Mega Man games, or classic Mega Man games without dying. Up there is Arrow Gas, which we want, because the Arrow Gas is without a shadow of a doubt the best special gas in the game. It hurts enemies so well, and also it has a little secondary function that you will see later. So yeah, Arrow Gas is the best, and I don't know why I dropped into that guy's projectile there, but I did. I did like an idiot. I guess maybe I thought I could deflect his attack in time, but unfortunately not, so it is what it is. And there we go. He's dead now. So, gonna take out this egg. More gas, which is good because I'm going to need it. Yeah, pretty much for all the bosses I find, with the exception of Quackerjack and the final boss. By the way, there's the drop gas again. I find that Arrow Gas is the best for all of them, except for those two. Now this part is kind of annoying because it's dark and you gotta pull these levers to see where the enemies are. The only problem is there are more enemies, as you can see, and I can't see them. You know, I complain about this all the time in other games, but the simple truth is, if you're going to make a game hard, then make it hard. Design it difficult. Don't take away my vision, because I absolutely hate when games do that. It makes it harder, sure, but at the same time, it's just so annoying. Like, just let me see and put some more enemies in the area or something like that. I would much rather have that than lose my vision. That's just my personal opinion, but honestly, this one's not so bad. Just gotta watch out for when they start to rise up, and yeah, there's more Thunder Gas, but I'm not going to be touching Thunder Gas for the rest of the game because you guys saw what it did in the intro of the first level. It sucks. That's all there is to it. The lightning gas, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely worthless. I can't stand the lightning gas. I honestly think the regular gas that I'm using right now is a lot better than that. That's pretty bad. Alright, these Eggmen are kind of annoying because they keep hitting the ceiling and keep making rocks fall, and I died again. Oh well. Now, the one thing you want to know about these kangaroo enemies, or marsupials, or where the heck they're supposed to be, when you shoot at them, they're going to throw their projectile. If you just stand there, they're not going to do anything. So once you shoot, you want to get out of the way. And hey, there's another extra life, which is good because I just lost an extra life. I'd like a replacement. Thank you. So, yeah, now we just got a pretty fun platforming section. It's a little bit tricky, and as you can see, I didn't shoot at him, so he didn't throw a projectile, so that's my word of advice for these enemies. If you don't have to shoot them, then don't. But if you have to, just dodge well. Yeah, I won't say this platforming section's easy or anything, especially get hit by the spikes there, because you will drop and you will die. But, you know, it's not too bad, I don't think, you know. It could be worse. It could always be much worse, you know. I could be playing, you know, Ghosts and Goblins or something like that. That's a really tough game. You know, if I get past the first level of that, then it's a miracle. So, yeah. Another med pack. Fantastic. And we should be coming up to Liquidator soon. You know, now I think about it, one thing I find kind of ironic, well, I'll get back to that topic in a second. Here's Liquidator. Much tougher than Quackerjack, if I say so myself, but still pretty easy. Basically, he'll just go down the water, float around for bits, and then every once in a while he'll pop up, blow a flute, or whatever that's supposed to be, and send some water after you. It's not too hard to dodge, I don't find. You know, it always homes in on you, so... yeah, as long as you're quick, he's pretty easy to take out. And definitely utilize your aero gas there, because it takes him out so much quicker than the regular gas. But anyways, I find it kind of ironic that Quackerjack is in this game, considering that in the show, he actually hates video games, so that's a little ironic for you, isn't it? Anyways, where should we go now, DW? Wolf Duck is rampaging through the center of the city. And Wolf Duck, if I recall correctly, was never in the show. He was made exclusively for this game. And he has the best theme in the game, by the way, so I'm going to actually be quiet for his theme, so enjoy this. Okay, let's play the level now. But yeah, this theme is so fantastic, you know, the music in this game's really awesome. I wish more people talked about this, and I went and demonstrated the banana peel there just because I didn't plan on tripping on any others. Spoiler alert, I still do, but I wanted to demonstrate just in case because I wanted to show that the banana peel doesn't actually hurt you, it just stuns you. So it's not so bad. These copter enemies, not so bad either. I find most of the enemies don't take too many hits to kill, you know. Some of them certainly could take fewer, like the alligators in the sewers. Nah, they could have taken a few less hits, I think. But overall, I think it's well balanced, you know. It's not Mega Man difficult, it's not Castlevania difficult or anything like that. It's still a fun game. It's still a perfectly fine, playable game. It's not as hard as some people make it out to be. I don't think that anyways. But, yeah. And shoot some more of these copter guys, you know. Again, I won't say this game is easy, but it's not as difficult as everyone says it is. You know, I find if you just play it enough, like I've been playing this game quite a bit because it's just so much fun to replay and whatnot. And there's more lightning gas that I don't want. Yeah, I've been playing this game a lot, so don't get me wrong. When I first started playing, I was terrible, you know. I was actually getting really frustrated at times, like, oh gosh darn, I can't believe I made that stupid mistake or whatever. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun. I think it's like most Mega Man games, you know. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun. So, here's some turtle enemies. These guys actually can be a little bit annoying because if your timing isn't perfect, you will get hit by their shell and you will die, and that's no good. Or maybe not die, but you'll take a hit at least. So, yeah, kill him. And I'm gonna take this one out real quick before I go for that med pack. So you're probably wondering, how am I supposed to get that med pack? It's way out of reach. Well, I'll show you as soon as this guy's dead. There we go. Switch to the aero gas, and there's its secret function. You can use it as a platform. You can climb up it, you can jump right on it. The aero gas is awesome, what can I say? You know, the aero gas is the best special ability in the game. You know, the lightning gas is garbage, if I'm honest. And the drop gas is good for 2 bosses, but that's it. You know, you really just want to stick with the aero gas, and yes, I just did that like an idiot. Oh well, let's get dangerous. And, yeah. If I had taken that balloon, I wouldn't have even had to stop in this area. That first balloon does take you all the way to this area I'm heading to now, so yeah. Just a word of advice, take the balloon every time. If you don't want to get dangerous, that is. But then again, this is Darkwing Duck, and let's get dangerous is his quote after all. Now, these things are actually, I'm not gonna lie, pretty annoying. If you don't hit them square in the head, they shrink down, and then they shoot at you, and it's just, You know, as long as you utilize your ability to block the projectiles, they're not too bad, but still, they are kind of annoying, you know. There we go. And another turtle. These guys I don't find too hard. Certainly if you're ever having trouble with them, though, you can drop down to a platform like I am here and just shoot them like this. And, yep. Yeah, pretty simple, pretty easy. Yeah, basically I find that as long as you're just standing right next to them and you jump, you're pretty much never going to get hits. You gotta get the timing right, obviously, but, you know, it is what it is. And, yeah, just taking out this turtle here. Not too bad. There, one more. There we go. God, I love Wolf Duck's theme. Wolf Duck's theme is the best in the game. I stand by that. You know, some people say this theme's better, that theme's better, and hey, we're all allowed to have opinions, but this is my favorite theme, personally. And oh no, I died again. Well, no worries, I'll come back in the next part, and we will finish Wolf Duck stage, so I'll see y'all then. Later.